Mutual and Federal Premier Interschools rugby comes to an end in 2015 with a big fixture between the local team, Paul Roos Gymansium and Grey College from Bloemfontein. Good afternoon to everybody, and well, it's another one of those wonderful days in the Cape. A huge crowd, they say up to 15,000 people for this game, and the Silver Falcons from Langebaanweg, the Air Force Base, have been part of the entertainment as we lead into this game. The drums are rolling, the crowd are in full voice, and the respective schools have the youngsters certainly singing their hearts out. Well, I'm sure those men that are piloting those aircraft will be very happy with the fact that it's a cloudless day in Cape Town and a perfect, can we call it spring day. The Paul Roos have got their old cheerleaders out in their regalia, and they moved to the center of the field a little bit early on just to show what they were going to do during this game, and that was really belt out the different anthems. Over the years, well, Grey College, 24 victories out of 31, just the 7 matches that they've lost. There have been no draws in this game, and perhaps they come into this game as pretty much on even keel with Paul Roos. Last year's fixture was won by Grey College by 25 points to 20, and they lost in 2009, so they'll be quite confident as well that they could come here and beat Paul Roos. Rather, in fact, it's the other way around. Paul Roos have not lost since 2009. So Grey College travelling here. George Rousseau is a captain, and they've had a couple of captains, and they've had a lot of injuries this season. So big question around. Prinsloo's moved from tight head prop to #1. A bit of a surprise for all of us, but no doubt some reasons, tactical reasons for that. Joris Swart will captain Paul Roos Gymansium, who have a surfeit of players who've scored multiple tries this season, including Nico Leonard, the SA Schools right winger, who's scored over 50 tries in his school career. So Grey College will be, as we said, led out then by George Rousseau, carrying the mascot and carrying the hopes of the city of Bloemfontein. While the traditions carry then as Rousseau hands over the mascot, comes back, shakes the hands, and of course it's a very special shake of hands that Grey College have. And surrounding them there is little Pitt May with number 23 on his back. He's, in fact, their 23rd man, their supporter. And he's travelled down from Bloemfontein. He works for the Free State Cricket Union, in fact. So Grey College onto the field, and Paul Roos will be led out in style too by their flag bearer, Joris Swart, who's captained their team throughout this season. And there have been a lot of tight matches between these two schools over the years. The biggest victory, in fact, Paul Roos won 40 points to 8 in 2013, which was pretty recent. And the school named after South Africa's first Springbok captain, then Paul Roos himself, who was headmaster and teacher at the school. So everybody has their last thoughts as they get down on their knees and prepare themselves for this big match. Well, one of the bigger men on the field is the referee, Zwengile Jedizweni. He will be taking charge of this game. A really highlight, one would say, for him too. There's no question about it. With me today is Gareth Wright, and Gareth, just having a look at this pitch, and you were here during Craven Week when it became a bit of a quagmire. Can't believe how it's grassed up, and it's very, very heavy, isn't it?
Well, Gavin, full kudos to the groundsman. Lush surface, a little bit wet under footing. That will suit the home side, as we see referee Jedizweni in charge of a fever pitch game that awaits us. And I think we're in for an absolute cracker this afternoon.
Could we say that maybe these on-field conditions suit Paul Roos, being a very heavy field?
Most definitely.
So Paul Roos then are playing, let's say, with the sun. Damian Willemse is at fly half for them, and it's his big launch then. That's a very good kick, that. Beautifully fielded by Revan Krier. Well, we always say it, but the foundation, again, importantly, will be laid up front, especially on a heavy field. You don't speed around. Rather, Paul Roos have the ability to score tries. We've seen it with Nico Leonard, Damian Willemse, Malan Besson, playing at number 6 today too. And Grey College, well, they started poorly this season. They lost 3 consecutive matches earlier in the season, which was almost unheard of in their history. In fact, it was. And they've managed to pull back too. So we've got 2 schools here that are in the top 4 in South Africa.
That's the first time since 1966 that they conceded those 3 consecutive defeats. And they've turned their season around. They put Glenwood to the sword last weekend, where Paul Roos went down to Boland Lampo by 7 points. So form counts for absolutely naught going into a contest. As we see Gray have an early scrum. See Big Prinsloo has now moved across to the tight head position. 120 kilograms of pure Bloemfontein beef is up against Muamir Sali.
So he has moved to the tight head, because we'd heard that he was actually going to play number 1. That might have also been a tactical call, who knows? Creer bringing in his fullback, Jandre de Beer. Very, very quick fullback playing for Grey College today. He's got a lot of pace. Both these teams very good at moving the ball around too, and it's perfect weather conditions for just that. So that ball bobbling around. You mentioned 1966, Gareth. 1967, when that game was played, Davy Snyman and Wilhelm Landman, that'll be a name that many old-timers will remember. In that particular match, there was a referee by the name of Johnny Meyring, who actually came from the Marty's Club. And there was a pass inside, and he caught it, and he scored beneath the bus. Of course, he didn't allow his try.
Well, we just saw there, Paul Roos. Their line speed is critical in terms of the outcome. They're rushing that Grey College inside ball carrier, and it's proved fruitful for them with an early attacking scrum.
Well, it's a strong enough scrum there to give Jos van Heerden an opportunity to get it out, but they'll come back, says Wengeli Jedisweni. Have another scrum. Prinsloo has gone to number 3, Gareth, and I just wonder, we'd heard that call, but enough of that anyway. He's in the position that actually suits him. Played SA Schools A this year, played SA Schools last year, and was the only Grey representative in the South African teams.
He touched on the field. Paul Roos will be looking to go into the wider channels, try to tire out this heavy Grey pack, and see if they can get on the board early.
Well, that ball carried up then by Christoph Baart. Grey looking to get over the advantage line. Yes, South African Schools representative Damian Willemse back onto Marnus Boshoff. Just 16 years of age, Marnus Boshoff. In fact, one of 2 16-year-olds in the Grey side, and they've got 5 17-year-olds, so it's a very young team.
Good early tactical play by Willemse. Plug in the touchline, and he's carved off about 15 or so meters, and his side has the throw into the line out.
So where does Aubrey Kutsia go? In the front, he's got Louis Conradi. Ewan Swart going to make the call. It's Conradi with a jump. No contest there from Grey College.
Line-out's over.
Now Malan Besson. He's had an exceptional season, has the open sider. And then Christoph Baart doing the carry up.
Tackler out.
Paul Roos used to these conditions. This man, Nico Leonard, he's had an exceptional season, and it continues. Wonderful skill set there from the right winger.
Well, that is quite simply brilliant by the right winger, Nico Leonard. And he's in for try number 51 over 2 seasons was Paul Roos. Plugging the blind side was Van Heerden. The little grubber bounced over Marnus Boshoff's head, and Nico Leonard, as quick as a flash, pounced on it, and he's got in for the early score for the home side, and Paul Roos hit the front.
Well, some really good play there from the 2 SA Schools players. First Damian Willemse at fly off, then Nico Leonard with the finishing touches. The man taking this kick is Heinz Steenkamp. Was Joshua Vermeulen, the other SA Schools representative at fullback for Paul Roos, is injured and not playing in this match.
Oh, tough opening kick for Heinz Steenkamp. Right up against the touchline on his less favourable side, the right-hand touchline. He'll need to judge the win to perfection. Not much of it, but it'll swing from left to right for the young man.
Well, just the 2 steps, but it's gone across the face of the uprights. Nevertheless, it's a 5-point lead then for the host team.
Plugging the short side was funny. Eden. Good work by the pack initially, getting over the gain line. And then look at the sublime skills by Nico Leonard. The little grubber, the bounce was favourable to the winger. And he's in for the early score for the home side.
Mario Vieira deciding to go deep with a kick in, and it's worked really well because Grey College have won this. Out from Gio Bierkes. Grey will want to make sure that they look after their possession at breakdown point, because Paul Roos have got some real ball stealers, especially Milan Besson. Creer.
That's advantage over.
Bierkes done nicely there, just also looking to get over that advantage line, just so crucial for these two teams.
Leave it.
And the long pass this time to George Rousseau, the captain. Creer quickly through the hands from Achenbach, and then on to Manus Boshoff. This is a good period of play this for Grey College. They seem to be looking after their possession, showing enough patience, and just looking for an opening here for Jandre de Beer. 8 phases they've taken it through, and it's worked well for them. This time it's Daniel Rust. And eventually it's Ich Prinsloo who's dropped the pass. So Grey College with a turnover. Milma Sali holding on to it. Now Willemse.
Advantage over.
He's a real polished player, is Damien Willemse at fly half for Paul Roos.
That's a wonderful exit by Willemse. Great built the pressure through 8 phases, and then the knock-on came from big Ich Prinsloo that allowed Paul Roos to get out of the red zone. Some vigorous defence by the home side, and they've set the tone early.
Yeah, strong defence by them. Ich Prinsloo standing at the back, 124 kilograms worth. He's a big boy. This time it's David Tron for Grey College. And also Artis Nel at the back of that ball. Creer and then David Snyman trying to get over that advantage line, but good period of play this for Grey College. As you said, Gareth, the defensive work of the host team has been exceptional. Also, they've been well organised, spread across the field defensively. Daniel Rust did well to stay on his feet there because he didn't have much close-in support. Then they've coughed up possession again. I'll say that again, it's happened on both sides. Got to look after the ball.
And on the left wing, there's a late replacement for Paul Roos. Stefan Berger, the son of Cobus Berger, has entered the fray due to a late withdrawal from Jason Myberg, who tore knee ligaments on Wednesday evening. Yet again, the ball is bobbling all over the place. Grey College pack need to work harder, get around the corner, and their ball possession and execution needs to be better.
Well, a little bit of a different surface to what they're used to in the harder fields of Bloemfontein as Janko van Tonder takes that in. This is a good maul effort here initially from Grey College. I think Wessel du Plessis, their coach, has worked it out that it's really important to lay that solid foundation up front. Revan Creer. A little chip there from Jandre de Beer, but it's well read by Stefan Berger. Back again from Heinz Steenkamp. Sun's quite tricky there for Grey College. They're looking straight into it with those high balls. Good offload from Creer too. Possession really belonging to Grey College at the moment. And there's no one that works harder for Paul Roos than their captain, Joe Swart. He's made a very important tackle on that occasion, but that ball still belongs to the Bloemfontein Merchants. Well, the big question is there going to be a gap that'll be found here somewhere along the line? Great running there from Dion Squinis and Daniel Rist.
Leave it, Captain, leave it.
Look at those phases again, Gareth. Last time it was up to 9, now it's moved into 7. But having said that too, Paul Roos will look back if they're able to stem the tide here and say, well, that's a battle we've won.
It's ripped, play on. It's ripped.
Now, has that been turned over? That's excellent play, that from Paul Roos.
We're inside.
That's not a good kick, that from Heinz Steenkamp. Looking to try and get it out. This man's a danger, Martinus Boshoff.
Great College have done really well in the opening 10 or so minutes by their try. Their possession has been outstanding. However, one thing that will concern the coaching staff of Wessel, du Plessis and company will be the lack of ball control in contact. They've now coughed it up yet again. It's all very well putting the phases together, but you've got to convert that pressure into points. Now you see that possession stat heavily in favour of the visitors, 59% to the 41% of the home side. Territory pretty much even Stevens at this stage.
And part of the reason for that, of course, is the possession that's belonged to Grey College. They've been able to use it. Big standards that are set by these two schools. They've produced the most Springboks ever in the history of schools in South Africa. 51 from Paul Roos, 42 from Grey College. And here comes Boshoff once again. Got through the first up tackle. First slip that from Paul Roos. Creer will look for a bigger man. He finds Hardus Nel. Andre de Beer, he's virtually camped in the back line of Grey College from the fullback position. A neat little top pass there to Janko van Tonder.
Okay, you've missed! You've missed!
So, Hardus Nel. Back inside to Gideon Bekus. And that's quick delivery from the breakdown. This is excellent ball. Mario Vieira trying to make his way through, but he's coughed it up. And it's another turnover. Well, it provides a little bit of a mental block to any team when they start coughing up possession in good parts of the field. Willemse with a long pass. Back in field there from Stefan Berger. Just all a little bit messy in their own 22, and maybe what was needed was the big booming boot of Damian Willemse to get them out of trouble.
Well, it's been wave after wave of blue attack coming the way of Paul Roos. They decided to run out of their own half. It wasn't the greatest of passes to Nico Leonard, and it's handed possession back over to Grey College. They've managed to thwart the onslaught from the men from Bloemfontein, but how long can they keep them at bay?
Crouch.
If you keep making tackles, you're going to be enormously tired, and that's exactly what has transpired here in the first 14 minutes for the home side.
And good discipline from both teams too. So penalties very often. We've already had nearly 14 minutes. Great continuity of play.
Let's do it again, gents.
Paul Roos, gold medal winners at the Sanex World Youth Junior Championships in Japan at the beginning of the season, representing South Africa.
9.
Then, however, they came back with an almighty bump down to earth. They lost to Paul Jim, they lost to Paul Boys, and of course, Bolan Lampo knocked them over last week, just showing how difficult it is in the Cape League and, of course, within South Africa, and the strength of our schoolboy rugby.
A tight head here for Paul Roos. Good victory at the scrum for them. Willemse. Lots of space that's open to him here with Jean-Andre de Beer, the fullback, a long way back.
Jean-Andre de Beer's positioning at fullback leaves a little bit to be desired at the moment. He's too deep. He's late on the counter-attack. He's not hitting the line at pace. His positional play just needs to be adjusted somewhat. Again, letting the ball bounce in front of him. And of course, you know, with a rugby ball, it can bounce anywhere.
I think he was expecting the kick on the other side of the field, so he had a long way to go. Daniel Rist deciding to go to the front. I think they fancy their maul, do Grey College. See one of them that's worked pretty well. They're very well organised as a unit. Revan Creer, Mario Vieira. Quickly down the line, that's not a great pass that from Achenbach. to slow down the momentum of the back line. So Vera, again it's Ich Prinsloo, and who wouldn't want to give the ball to a 124 kilogram prop forward? Steenkamp, tight against the touchline. It's a pretty good kick that. Keeps Creer close to the line, but he's done the right thing. Get it off to De Beer very quickly. Creer back in play again. Here comes Hardesnell back in field. He should have passed it. Held on to it. Might have felt that Creer was being covered, but yeah, they come. Yeah, is going to be a try then. Manus Boshoff, he's looked full of running, and he's shown his ability. Just 16 years of age, the youngster.
And the try has been awarded after some consultation with the AR. Good interpassing between Grey College, and it's the left winger in Marnus Boshoff who's come up with the goods and tied up scores down at the Marcotta Stadium. The run came from Hardesnell. The ball was stripped from him by Josh van Eden. It was play on, adjudicated by referee Jadazweni. And the ever alert left winger Manus Boshoff has got in for an equaling score.
What a beautiful shot that is, with the mountains in the background. The posts beckoning here for Mario Vieira. This to put Grey College into the lead. No difficulty then for the fly half. And finally, they get some points on the board.
Well, great work by the scrum of Rian Creer. He found Hardesnell, and then the ball got stripped away by Josh van Eden. Everybody stopped playing except for Manus Boshoff, and he was the recipient of the pass inside. And via that try, Grey College have hit the front.
Willemse straight up into the sun, taken by the little scrum half, Rian Creer.
Okay.
Got a big heart has Rian Creer. Got a lot of big men in front of him. A real live wire. This time over the top now. Chance for Steenkamp. Also likes to run with the ball. To perhaps telegraph his intentions on that occasion.
Backwards.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of knock-ons yet in this game. And this guy's unlikely to knock it on. Nico Leonard, he's such a good runner with the ball. Just have a look at this. He's going past 2-3 players. Couldn't quite get a pass away, potentially. De Beer, that's beautifully picked up around his ankles. This man is full of running, Manus Boshoff. He puts the ball under the right arm to start with an early pass then. Out it goes to David Theron. Grey College just absolutely swarming downfield at the moment.
Okay, no, you can't.
And, they're going to have the put in at the scrum. That ball was not going to come out. So referee Jadazweni decided, let's have the scrum, and Grey College were going forward with great momentum.
End-to-end attack and defence from both these sides. Elusive running down this left wing by Boshoff again. He found a recipient in the number 6 flanker, David Theron. The pop-up was good, and then the ball being adjudicated to have not been quick enough. Too many men in the breakdown. But what Grey College did so well, they saw that Nico Leonard had gone in field. They managed to affect the turnover. They plugged the blind side, and they are so dangerous on the counter-attack, all the men in blue.
Well, this is a worry for them, because a little scrum half, Rian Creer, looks like he's taken a smack on the wrist. Of course, as a scrum half, you need that wrist, don't you?
Well, he's had a stellar season as Rian Creer represented the Cheetahs at Craven Week right on this very field, and it looks like his afternoon could be coming to an abrupt end, which is rather sad for a very talented number 9.
Yeah, he's had 20 great minutes. He really has been an important cog in this wheel. Well, I don't know, I think he's going to continue. Good on him.
Yeah.
He sees his way to continue, and it's very early in the match. He's a man that's really making such a difference to your team.
Well, good to see he's back on his feet and ready to go. Now he's got a decent blind side to work with here. If Hardesnell can free up a pass after a solid scrum, Grey could look to exploit that blind side.
And they've got their fullback in the line too, De Beer. Here he is now with the ball, very quickly over the line. Little pop pass to Achenbach. Oh, that's a great cross-cover tackle there from Laszlo Shawn.
Good tackle.
And they've won a penalty, have Paul Roos.
You have to release it at some stage,
close
13.
that with Achenbach. Got himself into space.
And the tackle coming in from Shawn. Wonderful cross-covering defence. And he's saved a certain try as Willemse has not found touch.
He's found the fullback De Beer. Creer. So much possession coming in the way of Grey College. Janko van Tonder taking it in. And this time it's a penalty to Grey College. Perhaps quite kickable for Mario Vieira.
By all accounts, after his first attempt at goal, it will surely be another 3 that will be on offer for the Free State Academy Week pivot. Good work in contact by Hartnell, and then not rolling away quick enough were the men from Paul Roos. That has handed Vieira an opportunity to extend Grey College's lead.
Well, Mario Vieira makes me think of a guy called Nelio de Saar, Nico du Plessis, who have such a formal role to play in the construction and of the Mutual and Federal Premier Interschools rugby and all the statistics we get. So Vieira just the 2 steps up, and it's hit the upright. Nobody chasing up. Grey College will be annoyed with themselves for not having a kick chaser on that penalty. But here's the try scorer. Well, there was the try scorer, Manas Boshoff. He knows.
Knock on blue.
99 times out of 100 he'll catch those, won't he?
Just took his eye off it. The last second did the left winger in Boshoff, and he's knocked on a relatively simple opportunity. What is a concern for the home side is their inability to find the touchline at this stage, and it's handing Grey College counter-attacking opportunities. However, this time they've got out of jail via the knock-on from Boshoff.
Okay, let's do it again.
Gareth, and also possession.
Make sure to carry the ball.
Not getting enough possession of Paul Roos. Well, they have the put in at the scrum, so Jos van Heerden
Crouch.
can ignite his team.
Bind. Set.
Gavin, what you'll see from the scrum is the Grey College pack all favour the blind side. They don't work hard enough to get there on defence.
Christoph Bart asked again to take that ball up. Now Willemse with a big hoist onto Manas Boshoff. It's a difficult catch this for the winger.
Backwards.
He hasn't knocked it on, it went backwards. Somehow Grey College have kept this ball in field. Bierkus.
It's a tackle release.
So Grey College find themselves in their own half, which has been pretty seldom in this first half. Vieira probing for space and finding it. A lovely kick from the fly half.
It's good tactical appreciation by that man in shot, Mario Vieira. But I was alluding to the fact that Grey College aren't working hard enough on defence. Their pack needs to fold quicker, and they're just staying on the blind side. And if Paul Roos decide to go wide and wide, they could find themselves in hot water, the men dressed in blue.
They don't need to work hard in defence, they've got all the possession, which they'll be really pleased with. So Paul Roos, efficient line-out work. Penalty against Grey College.
7, incorrect joining.
At the breakdown, so also, although they're pretty tight up against the touchline, Damien Willemse, Gareth will want to try and make sure he gets this out. Sacrifices a little bit of distance for accuracy.
Penalty coming against Dion Squinnis. He didn't swim through the middle of that
he swam
ball.
right around.
He came around the side, and that's handed Paul Roos the penalty. As you see, Squinnis not retreating and coming from the middle. He came around the side, and it's given Paul Roos a rare opportunity inside that Grey College half.
Another good line out. This time the catcher was Joa Swart. Sadi with a little pop. Good strong running this from Paul Roos. So a chance now, as Gareth Wright says, for the Grey College defence to be tested. They've had most of the possession. Now a chance as well there for Milan Besson to take it in.
Good.
Looks like it might have been turned over. And so it has. Grey College with the possession, but the referee's whistle is the winner. There was a knock-on, so Paul Roos, with a real chance to make this work for them. They've also got big Troy Payne at outside centre, Paul Roos. He's 1.95 metres and 108 kilograms, so he's a massive guy playing at outside centre. Could be quite useful in the number 12 shirt, I'm sure, too.
Crouch.
Big boy is Troy Payne.
Bind.
They brought Nico Leonard into first receiver here. They put Damian Willemse on the blind side. It's a training ground move. Let's see what they can conjure up.
Balls out.
Well, they've gone blindside with Willemse, but he's got absolutely nowhere to move.
Tackle release.
Mohamed Sali. Big loose head prop for Paul Roos.
All available.
And the little pop pass inside there to Milan Besson. This time it's the Grey defence that's being tested, and at the moment holding pretty well. So Paul Roos slowly but surely just eking out the meters as they're into the 22 right now. Which you often find with teams down in the Western Cape. They're now to play in wet conditions. Good stepping from Willemse.
Still playing penalty advantage.
It's opened up a double opportunity here for Paul Roos. They're going to get a try, are they? Yes, they are! It belongs to Josh van Heerden.
And the little number 9, Josh van Heerden, has got in for Paul Roos' second try. It opened up in front of him after some good work by the pack, picking and going around the fringes. And quick as a flash, Van Heerden spotted the space, no pillar defence, got inside the attempt of Rian Creer. And Josh van Heerden has leveled. In fact, he's put Paul Roos ahead in this contest by 10 points to 7 with the kick to come. Christoph Bart, in fact, their regular goal kicker, is suffering from a knee ailment, and the kicking duties have been handed to this young man, Heinz Steenkamp. A relatively easy shot to put Paul Roos 5 points to the good.
Well, that's a good finish then for the hosts, who slowly, just really hard work, but they've got themselves back into this match, and it was courtesy of a lovely little pickup from Josh van Heerden.
And then we see the Grey defence not setting quick enough in the pillar position, as Van Heerden spotted it, and he's got in over the whitewash for try number 2 for Paul Roos.
That's a great kick in that from Mario Vieira, taken by Joe Swart.
It's a tackle, not a ball.
Willemse. Very much an up and under. That hasn't gone far enough as Leonard taps it back. That's good play by the right winger. Got such good vision, has Nico Leonard. Now they've got extra men here if they can use them effectively, especially the big man Troy Payne. Well, the pass eventually getting spilt there. Stefan Burger really looked like he had a good opportunity there. Not confident play that from Paul Roos.
And there again, Grey College not folding quick enough. They've been exposed out wide in the wider channels. Unfortunately for the home side, the pass didn't go to hand. But Paul Roos are starting to get a little bit more possession, and they are finding their feet in this contest.
Set.
Remember, of course, at school level, it's just 35 minutes each way. It's around about 5 minutes left of this first half. Tight encounter. Jean-Ray de Beer, one-arm pass. It's not a good one.
One has to feel for Manas Bosov. Opportunities he's received have been limited. He's done well early on with that try. However, the catching and passing of Grey College is rather poor. The pass is behind the man. That's stuttering their ability to attack Paul Roos at will.
Well, of their two wingers, Manus Boshoff has perhaps had a little bit more ball than Johan van der Walt on the right wing for Grey College. I can't remember him touching the ball once in this first half. Hardness Snell is brought down by Damian Willemse. A huge tackle from the fly half. And that, I think, well, it hasn't resulted in a turnover. I thought there might have been one. Revan Krier. Carry up from Gideon Biekus. Also just 16 years of age, the loose head prop. Now Vieira, he's got an educated boot as the fly half. Very well taken by Steenkamp. And great work from the fullback, Van Eden. Again, they call on the boot of Damian Willemse, and he's had a good look up and he's found a bit of space. And it's a brilliant kick down into the 22 of Grey College.
What wonderful vision by the SA Schools pivot in Willemse. He spotted the space in behind Johan van der Walt, smacked it in, and the bounce was favourable to him. And a late opportunity now for the home side to try add to their points on the scoreboard.
What you wouldn't have seen prior to this, the two second teams that played on the same field prior to this match, which was not televised, was won by Grey College over Paul Roos by 15 points to 5. And bearing in mind too, this is a week of festivities, or a couple of days anyway, and it's all sorts of sports that are played, you know, from mountain biking to chess to hockey to tennis to golf. But rugby and the first team match is the highlight of the occasion.
No! Okay.
Over the top from Revan Krier, seems to have got over that wrist problem or that arm problem that he had. It's again not a good pass. Just see quite a lot of that these days, that no-look pass, Gareth, and you work a lot with young rugby players these days, so hopefully you're not encouraging them to do that.
And the disco pass coming out the back of the hand. Not working out for the home side. And now Grey College will look to build phases yet again.
Well, stolen by Joas Swart. Captain's innings then from the Paul Roos lock forward. That's good running into space there from Oslo Sean. Opened up a bit of space here for the big Troy Payne. Well, somewhere along the line there was an initial knock-on from Paul Roos, so some relief here for Grey College. I'm sure they're finding this field very heavy.
Troy Payne just carelessly throwing the ball away in contact. And that'll be an issue that both sides will need to address come half-time, as the possession that they have had has been coughed up by poor control in contact. There's a sands of time run out in this first half. One last attacking opportunity for the visitors.
Grey College, the third oldest school in South Africa, founded back in 1855. So there's a lot of tradition, and the players too know that they need to honour that heritage and that tradition. Well, that chip kick has been very well read by Nico Leonard. Here he comes again. This time he's hauled in by his opposite number, Manus Boshoff. A try piece for those two men in this match thus far. Van Eden.
No tackle, no tackle.
Oh, Pierre van der Merwe was not held in the tackle, so he did the right thing. Now they've got to get this ball out here. Some strong work there from Christoph Bart, but Josh van Eden couldn't take the pass.
And it looks like a battlefield out there. Bodies strewn all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
As Paul Roos cough up another opportunity. The inside flick from Bart to Van Eden was just too much for the scrum off to contain, and it's another chance that's gone a begging for the home side.
It's going to go to half-time.
I'm just wondering if play was going to continue, but the referee has blown his whistle for half-time because we've got an injury to one of the Grey College players at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at the Marcotta Stadium then, the halftime scoreline here is 2 tries to 1 to Paul Roos, who lead by 12 points to 7.